Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Let's go. What's up, everybody? Y'all see the topic of the day. Let's go, man. How y'all feeling today, man? It's a little different, but we're going to start it off the right way. Jumping on the Coach Smook Network, your boy got his note cards today. We're going to try to stick to the schedule as much as possible to basically turn into our topic of the day discussions. We're going to be opening up the calling lines to create discussions around them, but to keep the channel content flowing, we're definitely going to continue to do these. I've been having a lot of these conversations offline as I did my trying to do like this social media mental cleanse, getting my mind back focused on, you know, the big objectives we have coming up this year on the Coach Smook Network, getting the team solidified and put together and getting everybody in their lanes and operating effectively. So this is the new direction. So if you're here today and you're enjoying it, please drop a like on the stream, share it as you come in. If you're watching this stream post live, make sure you share this and share it on somebody's content. Let everybody know that Coach Smook Network, we're not just covering Bama football. We're getting our hands all across the SEC, all across the nation, all across sports in general. We're making the right connections and we're doing the right things to get our name out there. So appreciate y'all for pulling up. We got Zach popping in live here on the noon Coach Smook noon check-in. We're here to talk about it, Zach. We're going to talk about it. Who else we got? We got 5 Adam in the chat. What's up, 5 Adam? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a few weeks. Glad to see you. Mary J. Our very own Mary J. Megan is popping in the chat, man. I know it's hard to get y'all in here during the day, y'all, but this is the time where I have just the freedom to go and just kind of talk about what's relevant, not making stuff up. Here we go. Bama Brother 92 said, Coach Smook, how do I join your team? I'll be at the spring practice wanting to meet up with you. Okay, hit me up, man. Drop in. Contact us either through our direct message, or you can contact us at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, man, and drop in, let us know what you got going on, and we'll see how this thing go, man. But appreciate you for pulling up to the live stream. If anything, drop a like and share on the stream and get more people in here and let them know why you want to come and join this team and be a part of what this team is doing, because we're working hard, man. We're doing things the right way. So, and now we're talking maybe 16 teams in the playoffs, a 16-team playoff, college football playoff, which I think is going to fare well for just based off the initial proposals. I think we could dive into this conversation and see the benefits of it. And here goes Ross Dellinger's tweet yesterday. And Ross Dellinger, he's always got insider information when it comes to the powers to be and the changes that's happening in the major sports, especially in the sports entertainment industry, right? So we got this conversation or these meetings happening, and the SEC and the Big 10 are the two main players in this. We've seen our athletic director, Greg Byrne at the University of Alabama. He's been very vocal about getting the athletic directors and the commissioners involved in solidifying what the college football playoff selection committee can have, the type of weight that they have, and who's going to be a part of that committee. And I think we're seeing the right changes. Coach Saban was kind of leading this charge. He and Victor Cruz went to the Capitol Hill last year after his transition from coaching, and they made the initial NIL pitch, and they kind of alluded to how this would affect the college football playoff, the competitive nature of the playoff scene. Well, when you got guys who aren't having great seasons, they go into week 9 before their team is, completed with the season, and they're saying they're going to sit out because they're not going to have a chance at the playoff. Well, this new proposal to expand the playoffs and how they're going to select the teams might create more incentive to keep your quality players and guys that you are seeing or want to see on the field, keeping them on the field and creating opportunities for even more depth usage. Quality of volume of players on the field and the quality of exposure that you can get from this expansion. You're talking about a 16-team playoff. That's maybe adding 16 games for a team that makes it to the finals. 16 total games to the season. You're cutting away possibly 2 what we would call cupcake games on these season, and you're adding meaningful non-conference games, right? 2 powerhouses from you might have an opening weekend like we've seen the classic weekend where you have ACC versus SEC or Big 10 versus SEC, all of these different conference powerhouses playing each other, at least, getting 2 of those matchups in a year, plus your conference schedule, your 7-game conference schedule, right? That's 9 games. And then you get your 1 cupcake game. That's your 10 games. And then your next 3 games should be, either playoff formatted style or play-in wild card style. They should be set up to where those games carry on to the actual national championship. And we're going to talk about the format and the layout of this in this conversation. But let's get into this article by Ross Dellinger. I'm sorry, Mr. Dellinger. Don't want to be mispronouncing names. And once again, welcome to the Coach Smook Network. I'm Smook Hines here on the Coach Smook Network. We doing some big things here, popping this year off. I thank y'all for being here. Tap in, drop your like, drop the share on the stream, and drop your thoughts in the comments if you're here live. We're going to revisit them after this next little 5-minute splurge. So last spring, during the tense and times heated negotiations over the future of college football playoffs, leaders of the Big 10 and the SEC threatened to create their own postseason system if they were not granted majority of the CFP revenue and full authority over the playoff format. And in the simplest terms, the SEC and the Big 10 said, look, we know we're the powers to be of college football. We attract all the talent. We recruit all the talent. All of your major national championship games, majority of them, I think all but 4 in the past 10 years. I mean, in the past 20 years have been SEC or was, or previously Big 12, but now SEC and Big 10. You look at just the national championship winners, it's been dominated by the SEC. The only teams that have shown up from the ACC were your one-offs, Florida State, Clemson. Nobody else has shown up from either of these conferences and really made a push like your Alabamas, your Georgia, your Ohio State, your Michigan, right? Your LSU came through there. Auburn taps in every random few years. You even have Florida competing. You even have Penn State in the mix. You have just to state the facts. We're talking facts here, right? The SEC and the Big 10 are your powers to be. So in this proposal, as we kind of just skim through the article, if you want to read the article, you can find it on Yahoo Sports. You actually find the tweet. I'm going to retweet it right now. Let me retweet this right now. The 10 FBS leagues and Notre Dame signed a memorandum of understanding handing control over college football's 2 richest conferences. Soon, they are expecting to exercise that control. As you all know, at the end of 2024, going into the season of 2024, we knew that the SEC and the Big 10 were going to have major pull as far as, dictating how the college football playoff scene was set up. We've been saying this. We even thought, there were panels that I've spoken on. We even spoken to even the SEC and the Big 10 and possibly the Big 12 creating a super league of 2 major conferences in college football and leaving the NCAA as a whole. This is the NCAA kind of, allowing this to happen so that they can stay relevant, right? This is what this is. And if you look at the major players in these contract negotiations, you look at the SEC, the Big 10, you look at the TV contracts and everything that's been pushed out the past year and a half, 2 years, since NIL really has taken off. ESPN, the SEC, and the Big 10. Look at the renewed contracts. I think ESPN and the SEC have a renewed contract all the way through 2032, 2031, something like that. And then you also have the Big 10 expanding into the SEC. I mean, not the SEC, but ESPN really becoming their primary TV network that pushes their. And then you saw the transition from CBS with the SEC. Like the SEC is really flexing their muscle and transitioning from what we've known it to be. This is the money game taking control of now semi-pro, I guess we could say junior pro athletics at the collegiate level. It used to be amateur, but now that they're getting paid and they're receiving compensation, and there are even laws, we're going to have another conversation about that. There are even laws being established and legislated in different states regarding universities in those states and their NIL compensation outline or parameters. So these conversations are going to be good to have all off season as we continue to find out information. But the playoff format, let's get into this.
This is in the streets. Holla at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.